slice, glue, paint, enjoy.
Cragum here, and good day to you all. Oh my god, it is over. Week 8, we kind of said it last week. This was the week to get it finished. This was to get both armies done. We did it. Both of us complete. Stu, he beat me by 2 days. Primarily down to illness. I have been very ill, as you may hear, in a nasaliness. And at some point I may heavily cough in the middle of this video and have to edit it out because it's a horrible booming cough. And my nasal cavities are horrible. But nonetheless, I have powered through to get the last 2 units painted up and finish the details in a few bits. So, the first unit, which was completed this week, was the Land Speeder, which some of you may have seen on the Instagram feed. That is now complete and ready to go. And then the second unit was the Stern Guard. Now the Stern Guard, God almighty, there is a lot of metal on that unit. There's so much brass and bolt gun and everything, and it was a challenge of a unit. It really is. Like, normal Marines suddenly look so much of a walk through the park compared to Stern Guard. There's so much going on with the Stern Guard unit. I don't feel like we got everything I wanted to, but nonetheless, that's it. They are ready for battle. So I think me and Stu have both said that maybe when we're looking at adding on to this army, we'll maybe look back at the army and maybe touch up things which we maybe missed or maybe want to improve on. I know Stu's had a few things with like the Venom Thropes and Zone Thropes. So yeah, there's a few things I'll probably want to go back and kind of touch up and things I've missed, and that's it. Yeah, so I mean, 1,250 points of Flesh Terrors, completely painted, completely based. It's been an emotionally draining experience doing this, but I have to say, I've loved it. It's been amazing. 8 weeks, and I know we could have probably got done a lot quicker than 8 weeks, but this proves to anybody, really, and this is kind of what I really set out with this thing. And originally, it was part of it was to prove to people that you don't necessarily have to be like painting constantly, because that can be the stigma what can throw you off. This is to show that by week you can build an army up and be ready. I mean, we've got ourselves ready for 8th edition now, and it was kind of at the time when 8th edition was kind of on the cusp of being mentioned, and we both laughed about it, saying we should have a new army for the 8th edition, and like, oh, you do Nids, you do, I'm going to do Flesh Terrors, oh god, this is going to be interesting, and it's worked out. So we're both ready for 8th edition. Now, last week I talked about kind of how we'd probably look at having a game of 7th before 8th came out. That's still maybe a thing, but we are both thinking that it will be more realistic with the time of the year and holidays and kind of other commitments with families and things like that. We probably won't be able to do a game of 7th, sadly, which is gutting, really. To be the last game was the Death Guard versus Necron video on the channel. So that was the last 7th edition game really I had, apart from the one I don't talk about. And yeah, it's been great. I'm looking forward to battling with these. I'm looking forward to seeing the new rules. I'm looking forward to seeing the new rules with Stu's stuff. I'm hoping this time I actually get to use my Land Speeder Storm as a Land Speeder Storm as well. Hopefully that'll be a rule in the 8th edition. But yeah, it's been really amazing. So this is to me to you now, guys, is don't be afraid to paint your armies. Don't feel that it's an effort, because sometimes, yeah, it did feel like an effort, but this is proof that you can make what you've paid your money's worth look nice and be happy with it. And it's no longer that cool model kit what looks really cool on the box. It's that cool model kit you've got now in front of you, what you've painted yourself, and all that hard work has gone into. And yeah, so I said to you guys, obviously I said at the start that in the future we may be doing more Taylor painters, and Stu's obviously Gainford doing kind of Age of Sigma now as well. I'll be looking at my Nurgle Demons for that. Surprise Craig's on Nurgle. And basically, this is something for you guys. I put it out to you. If you are interested, by all means, pop a comment in the comment section below. If you would be game for doing something in the future. And I'd love to really drive this as a community-based thing now, that people paint each week and we get armies complete and we get units complete. It doesn't even need to be a unit. It could be a model complete, but it's a model painted you didn't have the week before. But yeah, I'd also like to kind of just say now as well, thank you guys as well for supporting me and Stu going through this. But I've been babbling on quite a lot. So what I'll do is, like I say, thank you guys so much for helping out. It's really warm in here. That's why I'm kind of scratching quite a lot. And hair just came out. It's really warm. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll cut to the models now, and you can see the final results of the army. Contrary to what Stu says, I don't care if you beat me, I am happy. But yeah, so let's go for the last time that way to the table in a very sad slow method. So let's do it now. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so the army is complete. Yes, as you can see, there's a lot of red, there's a lot of black, and it's all complete apart from that guy. He's blue. Yeah, 1,250 points. 1,250 points even. I think I got that right the first time. Of Flesh Tearers. Obviously looks a lot smaller than Stu's army. But who cares? These are the men of the Imperium. They are bold warriors and fighters in power armor. Especially this cool new unit, Stern Guard. Back to them soon. But yeah. So, whole army's done. It's blown my mind. Say, like, I didn't have this army made, like 10 weeks ago. Yeah, for years of my life, I have had models still grey from when I first bought them, 15 years ago. Which are proven by some of the models in the background, what you can't see because they're hidden by that building. So to have an army finish like this, it's really making me feel good to kind of be able to claim it as my own, really, and start gaming with it and start adding to it and making more units and knowing how to do the paint scheme quite easily, so that I don't need to worry about it in the future. Anyway, so you're here to see the army's units individually. So, obviously, if you've been here from the start, you know all these guys already, but let's go through it. So, first things first, we have the Chaplain, yet to be named, but I'm thinking Chaplain Bastard, as he looks a right bastard. Then, we have my Librarian, who I am still so chuffed with. By the way, if you do see some like herbs floating past like this, it's because I accidentally spilled a large amount on this table trying to make an effect, and then then I cough occasionally and then it goes everywhere. Next up, we will go to Tactical Squad, Tartar Sauce. Still loving these guys, loving the Flamers. Looking forward to using Flamers in 8th edition. Really happy with how this unit's come out. Like, it's really intimidating when you see a unit of Marines all together like that. Hopefully they'll last quite a while. Next, we have the illustrious Brother Dreadnought. He is now done. I'd quite like to add something maybe in the future to his sword. But for the moment being, he's just got a big old sword in his hands. So really chuffed with how he's come out. The base, especially with his base, it looks really nice. Really happy with how all the bases have turned out on these guys. Next, obviously, you've seen them before, you love these guys. It is the Death Company. So the bloody-faced gits of the Death Company, who've had a lot of dirty jokes made about them in the recent few posts on social media, so it makes me laugh for you guys with what you've been saying about them. So I'm not going to repeat any of them because this is family friendly, I swear. And then there is the drop pod. I'd like to come back to the drop pod and do something a bit different with that, but maybe add a bit of like lighter red to the top of it perhaps in the future. I don't know, we'll see. Depending on how it goes in the future of 8th edition, I'll see how a drop pod even lasts or not. Next is the newly painted Scout Landspeeder, which isn't going to be a Scout Landspeeder, as we say every week. This is going to be just a normal Landspeeder, but depending on how 8th edition goes, we may see this becoming a Landspeeder Storm. But I'm really chuffed with how it looks. I think this is the reason why I chose this one, because it has so much more character to it, having them kind of like holding on, and shows the speediness of it. It's still got the same weapon options as a normal kind of Landspeeder has, but I'm really chuffed with how it's come out. So that one actually got a top up on its paint job, and you can see there's actually a marine on the other side. I'm not going to turn it because it's very flimsy on that base at the moment, but yeah, as well, the base came out really nicely. Really chuffed with how that came out. So yeah, really happy with that unit. Even though it'll get killed quite quickly, I don't care. Next is the Scout Squad with the snipers. Love these guys. It's one of the first units I started painting because obviously Lost Patrol. So these guys have always been favourite. There's a lot of scouts in this army. So yeah, talking of more scouts, here's the other unit who hopefully in 8th edition will be in that and be bombing it up the battlefield for me to really get up on Stu and his nids. Probably don't want to be doing that though, so I don't know. But yeah, so those guys, you've seen them from long time ago when we first started. These were the first guys who were kind of painted, so yep. And then finally, the last unit who have been causing me all the grief is the Stern Guard. Now, I'm so happy with how these guys have turned out, including last minute realization that I hadn't done the lenses on the sights on the bolters, and I mean, this guy particularly, he's my favourite, I think, for the pose. The eyes could probably be a bit better, but I'm really chuffed with how they've turned out. As a unit, they look amazing. I'm really happy. The heavy bolter guy, especially, he looks awesome with that, like the big gold armour, and just boom, boom. I know no drilled bolter holes, but it'll happen in the future. It was a time was not my friend this week. Also the Sergeant, love it, especially now that I've found out that pistols can be used in combat in 8th edition. That's going to be a cruel fella to fight with a power fist and a plasma pistol, because I can only presume that it's going to be like you can fire it instead of using your weapon, so that'll be handy for us. But yeah, I'm really chuffed with this unit. A lot of metal, a lot of regalness to him. You can see the difference between that unit and that unit. It really makes them stand out. I know they haven't got the Flesh Terror icons on the shoulder pads, but with these guys as being kind of like an honor guard, I didn't really want to have it on there, because I feel like they have more like kind of brass iconography and things like that on there instead. But yeah, so this has been a long one, obviously, because it is the final week. But I'd just like to say, guys, again, thank you both from me and Stu on kind of supporting us all the way through this, really. It's been amazing to kind of have this army build and have people supporting us. And like Stu's kind of said in passing stuff, has said to me, you guys help drive us on. So it's really appreciated that you kind of want to watch these armies grow And yeah, I'm really happy. Stu's really happy. Next, it's onto a battle between the two armies. I can't wait to see how the battle goes. Even if I lose, I don't care. This army looks awesome now to me, so it'll hopefully do well. If not, then oh dear. But there is units to come in the future: Terminators, Bikers, more Marines, more drop pods. Hopefully, these Primaris Marines will be joining us. I don't know. Maybe some Necrons. I don't know. Oh, what? But yeah. So yeah, I really enjoy this, guys, and again, thank you as a community for following myself and Stu through this ordeal, I'm going to describe it as. It's been really greatly appreciated from both of us, so we thank you. And this is for the last time in Tale of Two Painters, Cragum saying goodbye.